that, I'm all out here for you to save money. Duties and duty tariffs of things in Zimbabwe is quite high. God, please just bless me to the extent that I can own a vessel someday, and on my vessels I'll try to cut these unnecessary costs. Some people, I have the impression that if I bought something for $100, my shipment, including duty, should not exceed $100, which is totally wrong. Buying something in China, main factor should be the quality. You guys, when you are shipping, you are trying to maximize and make profits. Honestly, there is no profit. We are just operating on losses. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is simply rodahzhang. This is my YouTube channel. If it's your first time, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join the family. So today I am on my way to the airport. Yeah, I'm driving. I was warned before, and I'm also afraid of getting lost. So yeah, I'm on my way to the airport, and I am going to do something that I love. And yeah, when you see me going to the airport, it's time. Last time I was talking about how Achievers Aid is gonna be a lucky shipment, and yes, today I'm finally heading there to send off Achievers Aid. Guys, I'm really excited. But anyway, I'm gonna show you everything that happens there when I get there. So let's leave that one aside, because I always show you what will be going down when we are loading the containers and stuff like that. I will not leave you out. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you still waiting for? Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of those things, those good things. And like I said in the past, Achievers Aid is the it, baby. The Achievers Aid is gonna be a groundbreaking shipment for us and for you. Like I said, it's a lucky number, and I know a lot of people that came for Achievers Aid. What their statement was just like, okay, we want to catch up with that, and today is the day I'm going to send it off and we're going to load it. But anyway, there is something that has been bothering me. In fact, I've scheduled a video about this a couple of months ago, but I've been like dragging to talk about it. But this is a subject that is very essential when it comes to send things by sea shipment, and also I want to explain a little bit about what goes down, what are the charges that happens on the Zimbabwean side and stuff like that. Like, we have introduced the part of shipping together, as well as shipping in such a way that things that do not require you to pay duty, you're not gonna pay it just for the sake of shipment. I know there are people who does shipping and they'll tell you all inclusive, so that means everything that will be shipping will be paying duty, and what rate you don't know, what tariff you don't know, but you just be paying tariff, which we came with the idea of like, okay, y'all guys, we don't need to pay for the thing that you don't have to, unless if you insist that you want a flat rate, then we can calculate and give it to you. But I actually despise that, because I know there are a lot of things that do not require duty. They do not require duty, but we know everything that you're gonna buy will require VAT, which is a question I've been asked again by other people, like, what is VAT? This is value added tax, and everything that you're gonna be importing, Zimra takes 15% of the total cost of what you bought, of the price that you used to buy that thing. So VAT, there is no way you can disregard it. It's charged on everything, even those things that do not require you to pay duty, like farming equipment and stuff like that. They all pay VAT, and by the way, it also includes the freight. Yeah, that's how hard it is. But I had good news that it's something that is being discussed in the cabinet and stuff like that. Probably there are gonna be changes in the near future pertaining those VATs and those import permits that are required, and the CBCA requirements on certain goods. So I just hope, I'm just putting my fingers crossed on that, because I know it's a part that leaves some people like wondering, what is that really? Is it necessary? But sometimes we cannot avoid it. Even myself, if I can, I wouldn't want you to pay anything on that. I wouldn't want you to pay extra money for value-added tax or for CBCA certificates, import payments. If I was in charge of that, I'm all out here for you to save money. I have other people now approaching me and saying, okay, you say all this, Rhoda, maybe it's a marketing strategy. Honestly, I try my best to make you save a little money when it comes to shipping, because there are things that are unavoidable. Like I said, the VAT, the CBCA certification, you can't really avoid these things, and they are also charged on the freight. In fact, I'm gonna sit down and actually do a live and explain how it works, because now I've actually understood the gist of things, like how do they go and what is really required when you are doing this. So now we want to talk of how duties are applied for, and I'm gonna just mention a few stuff when it comes to duties. And I know there is a part where goods really hurts people, like when you are buying, because there's gonna be a duty tariff. On top of that, you have to pay the VAT. Suppose, like, I'll give you an example of furniture. Furniture has a high duty in Zimbabwe, high duty tariff in Zimbabwe. It is 40%. So imagine you are asked to pay 40% of what you have used to purchase any type of furniture, anything that falls under furniture. And on top of that, you are asked to add to pay 15% value added tax on that amount as well. So if you add it all together, you're going to realize that you're going to be paying about 55% on that item. So it's heavy on some people when it comes to shipping with us. Like when you calculate that and tell you, okay, this is the duty that you need to pay. Like, what? At the end, I used this amount to buy these things, but at the end, it's expensive to ship them to Zimbabwe. So that's another thing that I want to express when it comes to that as well, because some people, I have the impression that if you buy a certain thing for a certain amount, the shipping of that thing to Zimbabwe, including the duty and taxes, should be less than the value of the thing, which is totally wrong. Is totally wrong. When it comes to shipment, like especially in group shipping, what we normally care about, the price doesn't really affect, it doesn't have anything to do with how much you're going to be spending on shipment. What really matters is the volume the goods are going to take in the shipment. This is what we call CBM. Yeah, CBM. That is the volume the goods take in the container. That's what we call CBM. So sometimes you may use little money to buy something, but then the volume of that thing is quite big. It's going to take a lot of space in the container. That way, we'll not regard how much you have bought it, but what matters is how much space is taking in the container. So for us, we say is for our CBM, the way we ship CBM excluding duty, it is 345, right? So what happens now? Let's say, suppose your product is taking about 2 CBM, right? Or 1 CBM. Let's just use 1 CBM. If your thing is big enough to occupy the space of 1 CBM, it means for that freight, the freight of that thing up to Zimbabwe will be 345. It's freight only. By the way, it's freight only. I'm not talking about duty or VAT on this or other added costs like handling fees and some. It's excluding all that. This is just freight. Okay, so when it comes now, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe this thing that is taking 1 CBM in the container, you have used, let's say, $100 to purchase this thing. That $100 will not affect the price of shipment. The shipment will still be calculated at 345 per CBM. Okay, then the amount that you purchase the good now, it really matters when it comes to the calculation of duties and VAT. That's when that will come into effect. But before that, even you buy this thing, you bought this thing for $100, and then you end up shipping it for $345. You really need to know, like, how big are the goods that you are buying, so you know that the price is not going to affect the shipment. The shipment will still be charged per CBM. So this is another thing I have been having with some people that I ship for the first time. They don't understand this part. What they think is, if I bought something for $100, my shipment including duty should not exceed $100, which is totally wrong. And now what you need to know is it has nothing to do with the CBM calculation. It only come into effect when it comes to applying for the duty as well as for the VAT. That's when that $100 will be used to calculate for that. So I just want you to know that, so that in the future you will buy knowing, or you will be advised, you know, that okay, before I buy, let me calculate the cost, whether it's worth it for me to buy this thing in China or just to find it locally. But anyway, that's another thing I always speak to people about. That buying in China is not entirely based on how cheap the good is going to be, because there are other charges like freight that will come into play, right? So when you are buying something in China, make sure the reason could be it's because you want to get a high quality good. You want to get good quality. That is the main purpose of you buying. That should be the main purpose of you buying goods, although other factors will come in play. But your main purpose of buying in China, or the main factor, should be the quality. Because if you look at the price, you're gonna feel like, oh, it's too expensive, I wish I'd bought it. What I'm saying is, you need to really consider that, like when you are buying the thing, or thinking of or making a decision of buying things in China, think that your number one reason should be the quality, then the price. You, of course, you shouldn't entirely forget about that. You should also consider that, but let the number one factor be the quality, because the price may actually be more than the amount of the thing that you bought, and at the end, after you put duty and something like that, it may be even higher. So let your purchases not be just focusing on the price of the goods. Yes, you can find these goods at affordable prices, and also a wider range of selection that will actually lead you into being lured to buy, or getting a high interest, and you buy, you know, hoping that it's going to be as cheap as that shipping them to Zimbabwe. There is a difference in that. So I just wanted to elaborate a lot, because, you know, I've realized that these days, when it comes to you know, I ship with others as groups and stuff like that. When it comes to calculation of freight and giving other people their duties, their amounts, there are always tensions that surround that until people come around with that. So I have had situations whereby some people say, oh, I'm not going to pay. Why is it? It's expensive. I only spend this amount. And I try to explain. Luckily, some they'll finally come around and maybe do their own research and realize that, okay, Rhoda is not cheating us here. That's the reality. Only that they were not informed. They didn't do enough research before they purchased these things. They only jump into buying before researching, which I also feel like I should have mentioned this a while ago. And like I said, it's been a month or so I scheduled to do this video, and today I'm on my way to ship Achievers 8. It finally dawned on me, because from my home to the airport is a long trip. It's gonna be taking me like 45 minutes or so to get there. So I was like, okay, instead of just listening to some music and stuff, why don't I address this and, you know, let you guys know what's up when it comes to shipping. What do you need to consider? So yeah, guys, I wish this is a subject that I have mentioned a while ago, but I'm glad that a lot of people that I've shipped for and I'm shipping for, they've actually come around, and I've been shipping for some individuals a couple of times. Like, they are repeaters. They always come and always joke about that, like, okay, I think we should have flyers. We should have frequent flyers now when it comes to shipping. I wish I was running a vessel line, you know. That way I think I could just dedicate allocate, like for those people that have been shipping with us, you can have like a certain percentage and stuff like that, which is a little bit hard for now because we are still a growing company. And by the way, there's something also that I forgot to tell you guys. Containers change their price depending on the season. Like right now, we are crying, guys. Achievers 8, of course, is a lucky shipment, but it's a very expensive container when it comes to, although for you guys you will not feel it because the prices will not change. I've already told you that it's 345. There's no way I can say, oh, I'm going to make it 400 per CBM, which would be better if I could make it 400 per CBM right now. That would be at par with the current prices for containers. You know, in China right now there is the Canton Fair, and also is the festive season, right? The last months of the year, and a lot of shipments are leaving, and also looking that there is a huge competition with the European markets, looking at how America has done it. I think if you're somebody who follows financial news, you probably know what I'm talking about, that now shipping to America is now the taxes have been, you know, slashed. No tax, nothing. So a lot of shipments prefer to go to Europe and Americas than to Africa. So in that case, you find containers to Africa are becoming more and more expensive, and it's really hard, guys. So when we try to explain, some people think, you guys, when you are shipping, you're trying to maximize and make profits. Honestly, there is no profit. We are just operating on losses. That's the truth. On losses, the margin is really, really slim. It's only a person who has been in this situation who can actually understand what I'm talking about. I know a lot of people, I've had people like talking to me, and some even making videos and thinking that, okay, you guys, you use this as a marketing strategy, you say this as a marketing strategy, you don't inform people very well. But I also think before you decide to ship, you must also take your time to do enough research, and this will also help you to understand that, okay, if you feel like I still want to make a jump, I still want to ship, I still want to import things from China instead to Zimbabwe, you'll be best advised. Because if you don't just look at that way, like what are the other charges or what are the costs of these containers, you may probably not understand. What you think is you are being ripped. I honestly feel very bad when it comes to time of giving people their tariffs, their duty tariffs, their freight costs. It's really heavy time, guys, because there are mixed feelings. A lot of people, some will even approach you, some will even tell you some words that are disheartening, because, you know, I do understand. I totally understand, because even myself, when I calculate them, I feel like, okay, guys, God, please just bless me to the extent that I can own a vessel someday, and on my vessels I'll try to cut these unnecessary costs that are making even shipments very expensive. I think I would rather dedicate vessels to saving you people, so yeah, you can actually appreciate and know. So these are some of the things that I would like you people to understand. You can also do your own research, especially on Zimbabwe. To be honest, duties and duty tariffs of things in Zimbabwe is quite high. They are quite high. I don't want to lie about that. They are quite outrageous. So it's not about me trying to rip you or me ripping you. I'm not even ripping you, because I feel like I'm just working so hard with no profits. I'm not getting anything out of it. To be honest, I'm not getting anything out of it. It's just hard working with less profits out of it. So I just hope you can understand, and I also hope that you can do your research before you buy something. Try to do a thorough research on, okay, what is going to be required of me when it comes to importing this certain thing to Zimbabwe. What documents are going to be asked of me? What are import permits that are required of me to bring this thing? Or you can actually sit down and say, okay, Rhoda, I want to buy this thing. Can you please advise me? I have had people coming to me and asking me these questions. And I'm also glad that when we have these issues, they also give me ideas of what I should advise you, because we are into shipping. Yes, we are a shipping company. We are Bliss Global Shipping Company, right? A logistic company. We are helping people to do that. So I've had these concerns, and it also, instead of me reacting to that, it also gives me idea that, okay, I better advise or inform other people, because I may feel like everybody may know, like I know this, and if I don't tell you, I'm just assuming that you also know. That's what is required of you to do if you want to ship, right? But now I'm making these videos because I've had these questions, and I've also had questions people asking me, Rhoda, tell me what else is required of me when I want to bring this thing. What should I do? What papers do I need? What are the extra charges am I looking at? What is the landing cost? I'm happy to say that now sorry guys, I almost missed my turn. I'm so engrossed in talking to you, I almost missed my turn. I was just going, and I was gonna miss the airport and find myself in another city. Anyway, getting back, I've had this question, like somebody who asked me, Rhoda, what is the landing cost of this thing? Honestly, I used to feel like it's a pet peeve, like, okay, why are you asking me all these questions? Do you really want this thing? But I actually see the necessity of this, because you can make calculated decisions when it comes to, whether you should go ahead and buy this thing, other than just asking me, okay, Rhoda, I want you to source this. You give me the price of the thing, source it. If you don't want to pay the sourcing price, give me the price of it and ask me, Rhoda, if I want to ship my thing, this is the weight of the thing, and this is the CBM of the thing, this is the cost of the thing. How much is it gonna cost me, like the landing cost to Zimbabwe? How much is it gonna cost me in terms of duties, the VAT, the freight? I'm able to calculate all that for you if you give me that information. But if you just tell me that I want to send an incubator, can you tell me the landing cost? That's gonna be difficult, because I don't know what size and how much it is. I don't know that. So that's the information I need. If you can do that, I can give you the right information for you, like an estimate, at least an estimate, and that can help you make that decision whether you should go ahead and purchase the thing or not. I'm really grateful for the people that comes with those questions, because that also makes me realize that, okay, I can advise you guys before you make that decision or that jump to purchase the thing. I can also give you that advice, and you can best prepare yourself for what's to come. So guys, this video, it ended up becoming a bit longer, but I think it is packed with information that's gonna be helpful for you. And if you know somebody who is in the same predicament, somebody who wants to buy things from China and send to Zimbabwe or any other part of the world, just share this video with them. Be a good friend, share with them, so they can best be advised what's needed of them, what to expect when they want to ship things. It's not only about the price that you are seeing the things here. The price may be very attractive, but when it comes to shipping, guys, it's something that you need to best prepare yourself, and what you are putting yourself into. So when the costs are coming, you won't be surprised or shocked, like, oh, the price is so high, why the cost is so high. You won't be shocked, because you will know that before you make that jump, you already know the cost and everything. So guys, share with those that you feel are gonna benefit from this video. Be a good friend and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm on my way now. I just arrived at the airport, and yeah, I'm really happy to be going to Guangzhou right now and load this Achievers 8, and I can't wait, because I'm also going to be sharing that the procedure, the process, what's gonna be happening. We're gonna be together like always. I'm gonna be showing you, so yeah, and you can also see. And if you want to ship with me, get in touch with me. That's my email on the screen there. Share it with others that are looking on to buy things from China. Share with them. And my name is Rhoda, and just send me an email. I'll give you my details, and then we can get moving. And the purpose is to bring good stuff to Zimbabwe, really, at minimum cost. But then the costs, like I say, be sure that they are acceptable to you. We can work them for you before you jump in or before you make huge purchases. And then Okay, I think that's all for today. I'll see you in the next video, and our next video will be in Guangzhou. And there's also another video that I have been meaning to, share with you guys. This video is gonna be so helpful for you when it comes to people who want to come to China to do the shopping in China, and what to do, what not to do. I think a few months ago I did a video about that, but it's unfortunate that some people didn't see it, didn't watch it. Our channel is growing. We are becoming a really good, a big community, and so there are videos that were done a couple of months ago, and it's really hard for some people to dig in the channel so they can see, or they can watch those videos and get that information. But anyway, I'm gonna go back and advise you on some of the things that you should consider before coming to China, especially if you are coming to buy and it's your first time. I'm gonna be giving you some tips of what you can do that will probably save your time, save money, and make your trip to China very easy and affordable before you come. Also, sometimes you may also realize that it's really not necessary for you to come, because we are here, we can do all that part for you, and that way you can realize that the money that you are going to spend coming to China is the money that you can use to pay for your freight of the goods that you are going to be buying. So it won't be that difficult for you, or it's going to be that painful for you. Like most of the things that we ship in the containers, the owners of the things have never stepped their feet here in China. Why? Because they know we are here, they trust us with their purchases. We do help them make those purchases, and at the end of the day, things are shipped and they are happy. And when they want to calculate how much they were going to use to come to China, they'll realize that, okay, they made the best decision to trust us to make these purchases for them on their behalf and send to Zimbabwe. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video until this right end. Share the video with others, and if you are feeling really generous, please leave a comment in the comment section and hit that like button and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. It's goodbye for now. Bye.